All week we've been testing mandolins. Today we're going to test out the Mueller V-Pro 5-blade mandolin. This goes for $34.99 on Amazon. So it's one of the lower price point mandolins, but it also offers 5 blades and you get 2 Julienne features. So we're going to see if this is worth the investment, or is it better to just invest in something a little bit more expensive and higher end. We've tested the OXO handheld, the V-blade, and the stainless steel mandolin this week. We also did a Japanese mandolin. Tomorrow we're going to do a full comparison of all of those mandolins to see which one you should invest in. But today I'm curious to see how this one will perform. So to get started, this one comes with 5 blades. So you get your standard blade here. You'll get your Waffle-cut blade. As a bonus, you get a grading blade. You get a coarse and a fine. And then also this one is used for shredding. We're going to put the slicing blade, mandolin, and Julienne blades to the test so that it's a fair comparison. We're going to Julienne zucchini. We're going to make potato sticks. I'm going to try the Waffle-cut method on this one and see if it works. It didn't really work with the last review that I did. You can click on the link below to see the full playlist for all of the mandolins. And we are also going to see how thin we can get the shallots, since that is something that I think is really important for use of a mandolin. I like something that's really thin, and I like to see if this will allow us to do so. So let's talk about the technicalities of this mandolin to get started. So it came with the standard blade, and I can tell already that it's a little bit dangerous. It doesn't have a guard, so you have to be really careful with this one. And inside with this one, the 2 Julienne blades are contained. Underneath is a plastic container to keep that safe, and then you'll pop that open if you need to expose it for cleaning. But it doesn't look like you can remove these blades either. I'm sure if you really tried, you could, but that is something to note in terms of cleaning. This is dishwasher safe, so you could just throw this into the dishwasher. It has your standard stand here that you'll just pull out. And the grip on this is great. It has 2 silicone pieces here and 2 at the back. So it seems pretty secure. It's very lightweight. So it's lighter than the other mandolins that I have reviewed, aside from the handheld mandolin, which is smaller in size. But otherwise, we'll see how this performs. Now there are 2 dials on the side here. The one on the back is going to raise and lower the platform. It's a little bit loud, but you can get quite deep for the platform separation. So you could get some thick cuts if you needed to. Some of the other ones wouldn't let you go that much. It's a little bit clunky to turn, I will say, but we'll see how it performs. And then this is the Julienne knob here. You will pull that out and rotate it to expose the Julienne. I will say, because of the color of this, it's sort of hard to see the blade, but you can see it. And then you will adjust the platform for your Julienne size. This one doesn't have any measurement increments, so you do have to eyeball it to see what size that you want to cut. So to remove this blade, you have to come to the back and push this out. It's a good safety measure so you don't get your finger caught in the blade. Now to put the piece back in, you'll put the notch in this way and push it down, similar to the V-blade on the OXO. You also get a storage container for the blades, so you have to put them in a certain way, however, to make sure they all fit. So the thicker part is on the end here, so you'll put 2 in that way, and then you'll put the other 2 down the other way so that there's room for this to close. So it's nice that it has a storage feature, keeps those blades safe and secure, but this does take up a little bit more real estate in your kitchen cupboard because of that. It's not self-contained like the OXO mandolins have been. So let's get started and test the zucchinis. We're going to keep the straight blade on, and we are going to pull this lever out, and we'll pick the thinnest Julienne setting, so it's comparable to the other reviews that we've done. By eyeballing it, I think the thinnest setting for this is about 1/4 of an inch if I had to guess. So the other ones were definitely thinner. So if you want something like a thin Julienne, I don't think this is going to do it for you. All right, now the pusher here has pins, and there's no spring involved either. So the last review that I did, the spring was a little bit tense for me, so I feel like it was a little bit clunky to use. So let's give this one a try. Cut the end off here. I'm going to cut this in half so it's flat to start with. The length of your zucchini is going to determine the length of your Julienne. All right, we'll put that in, and we'll just kind of push down, give it some pressure. Didn't grab the food very well. Got stuck on the blade. All right, you can't do like a back and forth motion because it just gets kind of caught up in the Julienne blade. You kind of have to bring it up. So this is a little bit clunky already, but let's see how the performance is. All right, so you get, thicker Julienne pieces here, but it did work. It wasn't quick though. The blades are so intense that they sort of grab the zucchini on the way back. So you'll have to place it over and down. So it's a little bit time consuming, but it did work, however. Okay. Give that a rinse. Okay, so since this one has a wider julienne than the other ones, I'm going to use that for the potato sticks, and I'm going to just sort of eyeball it and make the potato sticks a little bit wider as well. I had mentioned on the Japanese mandolin review that I did, it worked really nicely to make the potato sticks. However, I felt like it was a little too fine. So when I fried them up, they became hickory sticks. So this is sort of nice because you can go a little bit thicker. Grab a potato. All right, I'm going to make it flat first so that it's a little bit safer. Okay, you got to bring it up and over, down, up and over. It's interesting because it really goes to show how good design really matters because, you know, it seems like all of these are made the same, but for whatever reason, I can't just go back and forth really nicely. So this is your waist, so decent there. These are the potato sticks. I really like for this one, I like the consistency that you get for the potato fries. I think that these will fry up really nicely. Put that in a bowl here. We're gonna put the julienne blade away and I'm gonna raise this platform to very thin. Now we're gonna test our shallots out. Go the thinnest setting that you can go. Okay, now you can actually use the pins because the shallot fits within this opening here. The other one, you're just sort of using the grips that you get on the little plastic pieces here. So it's not as secure. But this one now we can kind of use this to our advantage. So let's just place that in. You get a nice thin shallot, pretty consistent, and because of the pins, it didn't fall all over the place. It did with the last review that I did it, and I didn't like the shape that you got. Okay, next up, we're gonna try to get that Chick-fil-A waffle fry. We're gonna turn this around and pop the blade out safely. Get our waffle blade out. You just place the tips in the front like this, and then you just pop it down. Now let's do a thicker setting. Given the last review, it seemed like we need at least 1/4 of an inch. Okay, I'm gonna use a thinner sweet potato because I think it will be beneficial if this can be gripped by the pins. We might have better success that way. Let's just push this in to get started. So you get like that. All right. This is a two-hander, however. Okay, I'm not achieving the waffle cut. Maybe it's a little bit too much. Let's see. That's why you have to be specific to the size that OXO picks out for you, I guess, but it just didn't work. But let's just try thinner. Okay. Little bit of waffle in there. Let's try one more time. I'm starting to give up on this waffle concept, though. The concept is there. Almost got it. But let's just give up on the waffle cut idea and see how the crinkle cut function works. Again, another workout here. Crinkle cut works. This is a little hard though. I'm not exactly sure why it's hard. I think the blade is actually not really designed very well. And then I think just because this is a little bit more lightweight, you're sort of using more effort to get this cut. So the crinkle cut option is there. However, it doesn't really work the greatest. Some of the other mandolins that I reviewed, it definitely was easier to use. This is definitely one of those features that would be a little bit of a workout for you if you're up for that. But this is made out of plastic. The other OXO V blade that I reviewed was plastic as well, but it was white. When I used the sweet potato, it did stain it. But if you want to go with a plastic cheaper option, then the black plastic is a bonus, I would say. Okay, now after reviewing all the mandolins that I have the past week, it's been interesting to see how they all differ. I think what factors in is how the structure is built, how the blades are, and then the design of all of the pieces that go together, such as the food pusher and how the platforms are used and adjusted. So overall, the Mueller mandolin was one of the cheapest mandolins for what you get, and it performed okay. I haven't tested the grating or the shredding features, just apples to apples on the standard slicer and the waffle feature and the julienne. The julienne worked really well for the potato sticks. However, I do wish there was a thinner setting that you could get for the zucchini. It did a good job for the shallots. The thinnest setting was consistent and thin. However, I do wish that it could go a little bit thinner in my books. The waffle setting, which I did try to use, it's not designed for that because it has these little side lips to grab the sides of the mandolin. So it's not designed to sort of rotate as you get lower. However, in general, the waffle setting for a potato was very difficult to use. You had to use two hands and really push. And for whatever reason, this one feels a little less secure with the blades. I feel like there's a little bit more room to slice your finger, which is, you know, the whole point of a mandolin in a way is you want to get really thin, but you want it to be safe. The dials on the side were sort of rudimentary to me. They were a little bit hard to turn turn and a little bit clunky and loud. The Julienne dial where you lift and turn worked perfectly fine. No complaints there. The dark color, however, makes it hard to see the blade. When you're eyeballing the thickness that you want to cut your produce in, it was a little bit hard to tell. And that's the other thing. There is no measurement increments on this. So in this regard, you get what you pay for. If you want something that's just going to give you like potato fries and you're not particular about the thinness of your shallot and you may not need the waffle setting so much, this would be perfectly fine. It's a low price point and it has a good solid base and it worked okay. But we will link the reviews for each one of the mandolins so you can take a look at each of our reviews to compare. And tomorrow we will post an overall review if you just want to watch that and see which one is best for your kitchen. So I hope this review was helpful for you. Please subscribe to OnToReviews. We test products in our kitchen using our recipes, real ingredients. We want to vet these for you. We want to give you the pros and cons so that we can help you make informed decisions in your kitchen so that you will love and use them for years to come. And we want to minimize returns. So subscribe to OnToReviews if you haven't already. Give us a like and we'll see you soon.